to the new session of BioWorld. Could you recollect what we have learned in the previous session? We have stepped into a new system, that is endocrine system. Am I right? Endocrine system along with other system work hand in hand to maintain homeostasis. Endocrine glands secrete a chemical messengers called hormones. So here you can see the action of hormones. Hormones are received by special receptors in the target cell. They combine to form hormone receptor complex, which initiates the cellular enzymes, and thus it causes changes in the cellular activity. So which are the endocrine glands that we have studied in our previous class? So which are the endocrine glands in our body that we have discussed in our previous class? They are hypothalamus, pituitary, pineal gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, thymus gland, adrenal, pancreas, then the reproductive glands such as ovary as well as testis.
Thymus gland. Thymus gland is a small gland located in the chest region. Here you can see the location of our thymus gland. Now let's moving to the features. It is situated behind the sternum. As you know, sternum is a chest bone, very flat bone in front of the heart. So behind the sternum is the location of our thymus gland. It is also known as youth hormone since they are very active during infancy and along with the early stages of our life. The hormone produced by the thymus gland is thymosin. The functions include control the activities and maturation of T lymphocyte, which help to impart immunity. So in a simple way we can say that they helps to provide immunity. So thymus gland secretes a hormone called thymosin. This thymosin have a key role to provide immunity. So help to impart immunity means to provide immunity and help the body to fight against the infection of foreign particles. Now let's move to the next gland, endocrine gland, that is testis. Testis is the male reproductive gland. The major hormone produced by the testis is testosterone. The functions include control secondary sexual characters in males, for example, hair growth in face, chest, etc. Deepening of voice, all these are examples of secondary sexual characters in males. Another important function is to helps in sperm production. So a pair of testes present in male human body. The major hormone produced by the testis is testosterone. The functions include controlling the secondary sexual characters in male and also helps in the production of sperm, that is male reproductive cell. Next one is ovary. Ovary is the female reproductive organ. So it's an organ found in female reproductive system. A pair of ovaries are there, right and left ovary. They secrete two important hormones and the reproductive cell called ovum. So secrete female sex hormones as well as female reproductive cell called ovum. Now moving to the function of hormones produced by the female reproductive structure called ovary. The major hormones are estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen has the following function. They controls ovulation, they controls menstrual cycle, and they also control the secondary sexual characters in female. That is the unique characters present in females only. Next one is progesterone. Progesterone controls ovulation, they controls menstrual cycle, and one important function of progesterone is to helps in implantation of embryo in the uterus. That is during the time of pregnancy, the uterus provide a platform for the implantation of embryo. So that is done with the help of progesterone. So estrogen and progesterone are two important hormones produced by the endocrine gland called ovary. Next endocrine gland is adrenal gland. The location of adrenal gland is above the kidney. We have a pair of kidney, right and left. Just above the kidney, there is a gland called adrenal gland. Both the kidneys have a cap-like structure on the top, that is the adrenal gland. Here you can see the cross-section of an adrenal gland. If you cross-sect, we can see two important regions, cortex as well as medulla. The outer part is known as cortex and the inner part is known as medulla. Each part secretes its own hormones and they have a crucial role in various activity. So let's check out the hormone and function of each part. Cortex produce three important hormones, cortisol, aldosterone and sex hormones. So cortex produce three important hormones, cortisol, aldosterone and sex hormones. Whereas medulla produce two important hormones called epinephrine and norepinephrine. Let's move to the function of each. Cortisol controls inflammation and allergy. It slows down the action of defense and it produces glucose from protein and fat. So obviously cortisol helps to increase the glucose in our body so that they can prepare glucose from this protein and fat. In addition to that, they also slows down the action of defense and at the same time they controls inflammation and allergy. So here I would like to say that all the allergic tablets that we consume in the form of medicine have the content of cortisol. So they suppress our immune system. In that way they help to control our allergic reaction. So too much of consuming these allergic tablets will later lead to disease like diabetes. Why? Because continuous consumption or long-term consumption of these cortisol tablets may lead to a rise in glucose level in our blood. Slowly it will lead to a disease called diabetes. So always taking care to take the medicine or consume the allergic tablets only with the prescription of a doctor. So cortisol generally controls inflammation and allergy. They slows down the action of defense and at the same time they helps in production of glucose from protein and fat. Next hormone is aldosterone. They helps to maintain blood pressure and also to maintain salt water balance in our body. The last hormone produced by the cortex is sex hormone. From the name itself you can guess the function too. It is related to the reproductive organs. So they helps to control the development and function of sex organs. Next one is medulla. Medulla produce two important hormones, epinephrine, which is also known as adrenaline, norepinephrine, which is also known as noradrenaline. So epinephrine act along with sympathetic system during emergency. So during emergency situation, our sympathetic and parasympathetic helps to fight and cope up the situation. There, this epinephrine has a key role to assist along with the sympathetic system during emergency. Then what may be the function of norepinephrine? They act along with epinephrine. So they act as a supporter of adrenaline or epinephrine. So medulla plays a key role in coping with emergency situation by helping the sympathetic system. So medulla produce two different hormones called adrenaline and noradrenaline. So adrenal gland has two important regions, cortex as well as medulla. Cortex produce three important hormones, aldosterone, cortisol and sex hormone, whereas medulla produce two important hormones, adrenaline and noradrenaline.
Now let's study some fascinating details about pineal gland. Here you can see the location of pineal gland in our body. Where it is? Yes, it is in our brain. In the middle part of the brain, there is a small gland having a shape of P. So a P-shaped gland in the brain is called pineal gland. It is also known as third eye. Why? Because it is related to light. The action of pineal gland or the function is related to light. Pineal glands are very active during dim light or in the absence of light, whereas they are less active during bright light. Hence it is related to the action of light. They are also known as third eye. The pineal gland secretes one of the most important hormone known as melatonin. The major functions of melatonin is it is helping for regulating biological rhythm of our body. It helps to induce sleep and it helps in the production of reproductive hormones. The pineal gland plays a crucial role in maintaining biological rhythm. What is biological rhythm? Biological rhythm are natural cycles of changes in our body's chemicals or functions. It's like an internal master clock that coordinates the other clock in your body. Clock will synchronize all the activities. Basically, these biological rhythms are of four types. Circadian rhythm, which works at a range of 24 hours. For example, sleeping, temperature cycles. Then diurnal rhythms, for example, the activities based on day and night.
Next is infradian rhythm. That is a rhythm with a period longer than the period of a circadian rhythm. Some examples are menstruation or menstrual cycle, then migration, hibernation. Hey look, example for hibernation or winter sleep is polar bear. Next one is ultradian rhythm, which is a cycle repeated throughout a 24-hour day. For example, heartbeat, blinking of eyes.
So variety of rhythms are happening inside our body. All are controlled by the pineal gland, which is acting as a master clock in our brain. so that it can synchronize all the activities, all the systems in our body, and we can maintain our systems in a very uniform way. We call it as homeostasis. Clock helps us to regulate our day-to-day activities. For example, the timing of sleeping, waking, appetite, the work or the performance of your day, etc. So all the minute actions in day-to-day life is related to this biological clock. So it is very important to maintain the clock in a systematic way. And how is it possible? Yes, with the help of a strict routine. We have to follow a schedule in our life so that all the systems can perform its function to the best level. When our natural biological rhythm are disturbed due to sleep disorders, for example, your body is wired to have a sleep but unable to sleep because you are watching TV or movies in late night. So your body get tired and not able to do its function in a proper way. Why? Because you are lacking the proper sleep. Another reason is jet lag. Wow! What is jet lag? Yes. A disruption in circadian rhythm while traveling across time zones. For example, when you travel from a continent to another continent, or a country which is having entirely different time zones from your hometown, or those who are working as a pilot or cabin crews may have this type of jet lags. Another reason for disturbed biological rhythm is the shift worker disorder. Those who are working in different shift, night shift or day shift, all may have these type of disorders. And the last one is mood disorder. Those who are not exposed to sunlight, enough sunlight, may have the chance of getting a disturbed biological rhythm. As I said earlier, the pineal gland is related to the exposure of light. So, according to lack of exposure of daylight or sunlight in the daytime, it may have the dual function. Why? Because in the dim light, the gland become very active, so they cannot differentiate the day and night if you are not exposed to sunlight in the daytime. So, make sure that you are very active during the daytime so that you will get a sound sleep during the night. So let's recollect the major points related to pineal gland. It is a small pea-shaped gland in the middle of our brain. The hormone secreted by the pineal gland is melatonin. What is the function of melatonin? Yes, it helps to maintain our biological rhythm. It induces sleep and it also helps in the production of reproductive hormones. So dear children, I hope you have understood the various points that we have discussed about the various glands. So let me conclude here. Thank you.